We are in Casper, Wyoming, and we are doing the Bridle Trail today. This is something that we do several times a week, kind of in preparation for our larger hikes. This is a short one, but the great thing is it's 5 or 10 minutes from our house. We can get here and do this before work. We can do it after work, just on the outside of Casper, Wyoming. It's just a 3.5-mile loop. First half goes up quite a bit, about 1,000 feet in elevation gain. Pretty steep the first half mile. We go clockwise to get the steep part out of the way first, because I'd rather go up real steep than come down real steep. Then it kind of levels off, a couple of nice creeks, split rock, waterfall. Then we come back down in the shade, typically on the other side of the canyon. So this is one that we do several times a week. So we're doing the steep part again. We kind of start going up steep because Kim was just mentioning that it's about 1,000 feet in elevation gain, but that happens in about a mile or a mile and a half. So that is a little steep, but we're going to try to show you some views along the way and show you that there's a great hiking trail. We do this instead of our walks, which is kind of nice because we're so close to town. But try to give you some views along the way. I'll get it without people. This trail also weaves through public as well as private land, but a lot of the private landowners have given permission for the trail to be here. But we're just finishing the steepest part and getting to the first switchback. As usual, Kim has already made the first switchback, waiting for me.
You just got dive bombed by a butterfly.
Sweet.
That's cool.
Good views of Casper once you hit that first switchback. You can see how close we are to town. Starting to enter the part of the trail with timber as we ascend. One of the other great things about this trail that we failed to mention earlier is even on a windy day in Casper, which is frequent, we can get up here and get out of the wind for most of the trail, which is nice. So little secret for those of you that want to walk in Casper on a windy day, this is a great place to go.
Winner.
So this is the east overlook. On our way up, we started at about 6,300 feet. This point is approximately 7,100 feet. It's not quite halfway, but it's I'd say a little over halfway up, mileage wise.
But if it was really your mission, I bet you could keep it.
So we just hit the east rim overlook. We're walking on the east rim, got great vistas of the west side of the canyon here. And we're doing this in the morning too, which I forgot to mention. We do it all times of the day, but try to do it when there aren't too many folks up here. So after you cross the creek for the first time, there's another small set of switchbacks which takes you up to the top, which is mostly in the timber. This is the last portion of the uphill, so we are now on the west side of the Bridle Trail loop. I like this side a little better. It's in the shade, more timber. The path is narrower, but it's soft. It's got pine needles. There's some really cool overlooks, which we're going to take you to on the way down. Plus it's downhill, usually in the shade, and usually less wind. So this is my favorite part of the trail. This is what we call split rock. So we just went by an elevation marker. This is 7,305 feet. I forgot to mention that a lot of times we actually snowshoe this in the winter, or in the spring come up with ice axes and ice cleats and do this trail when it's open. And it's kind of fun because it looks totally different in the wintertime than it does. But we're hitting some switchbacks on the way down. But yeah, snowshoeing, hiking. See some mountain bikers on here once in a while as well. Coming down the west side.
Oh, we haven't been down here for a while.
No, we haven't. This is the west overlook of the Bridle Trail. Kimberly hanging out over there. You can actually see the east overlook where we were a little bit ago, right over here. That's the East Overlook. But we're at about 7,100 feet here as well, looking down at Casper from the west side. Looking down over the west rim. Kim went all the way out to the point. Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here. I got a big, nice, stable piece of granite I'm sitting on. I don't have to walk along that ridge. Made it.
Yay.
Took a nice stop on the West Rim Overlook, and we're heading back down the west side. This last quarter mile before you hook up with the main trail is rather steep. So you just gotta be careful heading down. Pretty much concluding the Bridle Trail here. We're gonna walk over to Rotary Park and check out the waterfall. But other than that, pretty much at the conclusion of the loop, you can see the parking lot straight ahead.